Till Armageddon, no shalom, no shalom.
What's up, everybody? Just gonna make a video today to talk about some of the things that are going on recently. I've noticed. I don't know if a lot of people have noticed this yet, but Donald Trump has apparently converted to Judaism.
But have you ever asked God for forgiveness? I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so. I think if I do something wrong, I think I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't. Now, when I take, when we go in church and when I drink my little wine, which is about the only wine I drink, and have my little cracker, I guess that's a form of asking for forgiveness. And I do that as often as possible because I feel cleansed, okay? But, to me, that's important. I do that. But in terms of officially, I could say absolutely, and everybody, I don't think in terms of that. I think in terms of let's go on and let's make it.
And that would make a lot of sense as to why he's, condoning and allowing Israel to continue bombing and killing innocent women and children in Gaza. And this is all setting up and starting to make more sense to me. Starting to make things make more sense to me. So, in Revelations it says that the Christians will be killed. And it's a free country. If he wants to convert to Judaism, that's fine. But the problem with that is Jews believe that in order for the Messiah to come, their Mashiach, all the Christians have to die. They believe that their Messiah, which is, let's be real, it's going to be the Antichrist. That's who they're going to worship.
Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall, and please be seated.
Before he will show up, all the Christians have to die. So we've got Trump in office who just converted to Judaism. And what I see happening in the future is them enforcing Noahide law, which is scary if you're a Christian, or let's be real, anything besides a Jew. So this is all starting to line up. I'm seeing things line up. The tech is here for the mark of the beast. Elon Musk has got his Neuralink and his brain chips and all that stuff. And there's a movie that came out a few years ago. If you're older like me, you probably remember. It's called Transcendence, and it starred Johnny Depp. And basically, it's kind of this transhumanistic vibe movie where they'll take your soul and they put it in a computer, basically.
Will's body is dying, but his mind is a pattern of electrical signals. We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
Not like this. Assuming that this works, if we missed anything, a thought, a childhood memory, how will you know who you're dealing with? Oh my God.
I can't feel anything.
I'm here.
You need to get me online. I need more power.
It may be intelligent, may even be sentient. This is not well. Shut it down.
Shut it down! It's him!
Your friends crossed the line. They don't know the danger.
This is astounding.
So how do we fight it?
You can't. An AI is like any intelligence. It has needs. The real will die. It will start to evolve.
Where's the machine?
To influence. Perhaps the entire world.
Where are you going?
Everywhere.
in the internet. And, you know, they do a lot of predictive programming. So usually they'll make a movie about something or a TV show, you know, about things. And they just kind of like tell you openly about it, but it's still technically, you know, a TV show or a movie. So this is all starting to line up, you know. I see, like I said, the technology's here for the mark of the beast. And the Bible says if you take the mark, once you take this mark of the beast, you're separated from God forever. That's it, you're done. You're done. And a lot of humans are going to do this for a couple different reasons. The main reason being the fear of death. A lot of these people, especially the rotten people who run everything, you know, Epstein list of billionaires, and you know they've lived their whole life, you know, sinning and doing horrible things and robbing people and just being awful. They fear death. They fear God. So they're trying to figure out a way to get away from answering. I got news for you. You can't escape the wrath of God. And we're all going to answer to Him one day. But if you take the mark, yeah, that's going to be it. I think that's going to be some kind of chip. You know, they're going to put your likeness and your thoughts and your personality into a chip, and then you're going to be trapped.
On their forehead. There's two meanings to this, literal and symbolic. The literal meaning, a time will come, people will be cornered to put a chip either on their hand or on their forehead. By the way, there is millions of people who's got the chip already on their hand. Millions. And people are so excited. You know why they're so excited? Because they are the people of the world. The people of the world, any human being that is not touched by the hand of the Almighty Jesus Christ of Nazareth can never tell their right hand from their left hand. They will not know what is happening. They think this is fun. They think this is technology. They think this is advancement. They think this is pride.
The Bible tells us that you're not going to be able to buy, sell, or trade without the mark on your forehead or your hand. So us as Christians, you know, and people who are not going to take the mark, it's going to be rough. You know, you're going to be able to, food stamps are not going to be there anymore. The government's not going to be there to help you anymore. They will, but you're going to take a mark of the beast. And, you know, it's like, the way we're going to be able to survive this as Christians is flea markets. You know, it's going to go back to the barter system like the old cowboy days, you know. Probably won't be able to buy gas. Yeah, back on horses and bikes, you know. It's going to be rough. But the Amish have been doing it for years and they're fine. So basically my suggestion is eventually, you know, all the animals are going to be killed and eaten quickly. Fish will be eaten quick. Most people will just starve. You know, it's going to turn into total chaos. And it's going to be rough. But get out in nature. Learn about things you can eat in nature, like these pearl oyster mushrooms. These are edible. And they come out this time of year in the fall. These are edible. You can eat these. Just rinse them off and you can eat them. There's lots of berries and things like that, you know, elderberries and things like that. It also gets you some heirloom seeds. The ones you get at Walmart are going to give you one plant. You get one corn seed, it's going to give you one plant, but the seeds that plant yields are not going to give you more seed that will, you know, be able to grow more. So get heirloom seeds. That just means that the seeds that the plant you plant yield will be plantable also. Like I said, just get out in nature and learn about things you can eat. And you know, we're going to end up eating. I grew up on a farm with an outhouse, so you know, we ate rabbit and all kinds of stuff when I was growing up. But there's lots of things you can eat out here in nature. So, you know, we've got the system and the tech is there. The beast system's already there. The tech is there. The brain chips are already being implanted in people, okay? Like, we're here. We're here. And like I said in the last video, Noahide law, Sharia law, these are not going to be friendly things to Christians, okay? It's going to be very rough for Christians. We're going to have to, like I said, flea markets, and it's going to go back to the barter system. Gold. If I had the money, I would dump it all in gold right now and silver, even though it's super high right now, but it's never going to lose its value. So, you know, just little things like that. Get a network, you know, of people, and just get out in nature and get tents. I've got some survival videos on my channel here, some bug out bag videos that are pretty useful. You can check those out too. Just everything from fire to water purification. You know, where I live, I'm not really gonna have to worry too much about it. I live in the mountains and I love it. But like I said, there's mushrooms and berries and just all kinds of stuff that you can eat out here. Like I said, when the deer's gone and all the animals are gone, you can find an elk. That's gonna feed a village for a while. So the problem is, if we don't have electricity, how are we going to keep it cold, you know, keep it from spoiling? You can salt treat meat, and there's ways to do this and store meat back, which I highly suggest doing that. Deer meat, because you're not going to be wanting to eat cats and dogs like other people are going to have to. People in China already eat cats and dogs because there just ain't no food there. So, and you work for pennies a day. You know, so yeah, this is all lining up for end times and for revelations, and you know, this rapture that everyone thinks is going to happen is not going to happen. You're going to live through this, unless you just die naturally. When it's our time to go, it's our time to go. But if you're alive, you're going to live through it. There ain't going to be no rapture. That's a myth. It was a myth created in, you know, put in a Schofield Bible. Brainwashed Americans in the world with it. Christians are misled right now. There's a great awakening happening. Okay, and like in Vietnam right now, they've seized millions of bank accounts.
Vietnam just wiped out 86 million accounts and went full CBDC agenda. Not frozen, deleted, because no face scans, no fingerprints, no money. On September 1st, any account not biometrically verified gets erased. Project 06 is the excuse: digital transformation. The state bank cross-checked 200 million accounts against the national database. Only 113 million personal and 711,000 corporate accounts survived. The rest suspected of fraud, bots, or just people who never had the biometrics. Meanwhile, a 50-day blitz from July 1st to August 19th, requiring all foreigners with a temporary residence card to register a level 2 digital ID card now. This is how you prep a cashless, surveyed society and a CBDC rollout without banning cash. Tie every dong to your face and then flipping the off switch as a policy, not paranoia. Are banks fighting fraud? Sure. But they're also building the ultimate control grid. Question: who signed up for this? If you live, bank, or invest in Vietnam, verify everything now or watch it vanish later. Make sure your backup accounts are truly active, not just open.
And they're forcing digital ID. That's another thing you need to pay attention to. Digital ID, because it's all gearing up. We're gearing up for it. So, like I said, get things like, if you got money, put it in gold and silver, even though it's high. It'd be better than just having worthless paper. Get out in nature, pray, and get close to God, and be prepared for whatever life throws at you. Hit the gym. You know, I started going to the gym again. If you got kids, you're going to have to protect them, because it's going to be like Walking Dead out here, you know, eventually. And things are gearing up for World War III. It's coming. So stay prayed up.
Simplified view of the end times. In this chart, I want you to notice that there is the first seal, the white horse, comes in conquering. This is the Antichrist, followed by World War, the red horse. The famine is coming, and then 25% of the population will be absolutely wiped out. All of this happens before the Jewish Messiah, their Mashiach, shows up in the third temple. And this is something that may happen in our lifetime. They are fighting for it right now, and Christians need to wake up and stop supporting for bombing around Israel. The Lord Jesus Christ, He is coming back at the sixth seal. This is the resurrection. There's no secret rapture before it, and the tribulation is only 3.5 years. For more information, you can get this full chart in the description below.